Hey there, everybody. Johnny T here. And today we're going to work on this woman's Tag Heuer Formula One watch. This is a very, very small watch, but it is a beautifully made Tag Heuer. That is just to give you an idea of how small this watch is. That is a quarter comparison. The quarter is actually just about the same size as the bezel even, so very small watch, but it does have all of the same qualities, except for one thing which is interesting. But it pretty much has all the same qualities as you'd expect from a Tag Heuer watch. The crystal on this one does have a couple scratches on there, but you can see the indices have been painted on there. This should all be loomed pretty well. Lollipop seconds hand, Mercedes hours hand, and then kind of a broadsword minutes hand there. Yeah, this has all of the same kind of characteristics any Formula One Tag Heuer watch would have. I believe these were made, I think, in the 2000s. They're still quite popular today. A watch, even though this is a woman's watch, a watch like this is still worth probably 300-ish, which is pretty nice. This one's in decent condition. The bezels are usually quite torn up. The indices on the bezel end up wearing out, and then yeah, you just get some really interesting wear marks. But this one's in quite good condition, actually, all things considered. So the most interesting thing about this, it does have a signed crown there, but I thought this crown was going to be screw down, and it's not. And I think this is the first Tag Heuer with 200 meters of water resistance I have ever seen that does not feature a screw down crown. It is the strangest thing. I was very much expecting this to unscrew when I was first looking at this watch. So, anyways, I think they call this a Jubilee bracelet, right? So it's a Jubilee bracelet. It's got several kind of micro adjustments here. This was obviously for somebody with a very small wrist. This doesn't even quite go over all four of my fingers here. So someone with a very small wrist. And it's got a couple extra links here, so it's missing the majority of the links that came to this watch. But it does have a diver's extension. How cool is that? And yeah. What else is there to really say about it? It's a little dirty on the inside here. I'll probably have to clean this up later with an alcohol wipe. But you'll notice something about this watch, and that is that it is not running. So we will be putting a battery in this watch. That's the primary reason for this video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the spring bar out of the clasp here. And what I like to do is I like to push the spring bar in, move it over a little bit, and then put my finger over and then pull it out, so that our spring bar doesn't... Ooh, and it broke. Spring bar needs to be replaced. Everything came out. Well, that's unfortunate. Sometimes that'll happen. So the spring bar has broken. We will be needing to replace this. So what do we need? Looks like it's a 12 millimeter. I should have a spare 12 millimeter spring bar in here somewhere, I hope. Yeah, so I do have a spare 12 millimeter. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 should be here. Yeah, there we go. Should be good there. do need to grab a pair of tweezers. I'll probably also get a pair of my brass tweezers just in case. But yeah, that should be... yeah, that'll be just fine. Once I reinstall this, that should work. Okay, so we now have access to the case back. This is a very small case back, as you can see. It's actually smaller than the diameter of this quarter. That's not to say it's going to be simple to work on. But let's get a better look at this case back since we're here. So the model number on this is WA1418. It's a tag Heuer, Swiss since 1860, 200 meters of water resistance, stainless steel, so on and so forth. So there you go, WA1418. The steel is really nice. It feels like it's kind of like bead blasted. It's really kind of gunmetal color there, with this white dial and these kind of yellowish loomed indices. It's really cool. Okay, so let's see if my case back opener will even come close enough to work on this, and it will, which is good. I'm just gonna go for it. Seems to be quite good. I can't get a good grip on it though. Yeah, I'm gripping the links of the bracelet, and I don't like what I'm doing there. So I'm going to get my vise. I have to put everything pretty close together. This might be okay actually. I'll grab my vise, and we'll try and vise this watch down. That seems much better. I should be able to get a better grip down on there. I think that should be fine. Let's try that again. Wow. That is really on there. I'm gonna have to get my professional case back opener, I think. Yeah. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to get the big gun, because this watch is making me just a little nervous, and I'd rather just do it right than damage it. So let's get my camera set up properly here. Probably want something like this. Okay, so what we want to do is remove this. We're going to want to get my spring bar tool. And we're going to want to take the so we basically just want to remove the spring bars out of the lugs there, so that we could put this on the device properly on my case back removing device. So we'll put this aside here. Whoop, and there went the spring bar. Whoops. And that is one of the reasons why we want to use our finger to kind of cover that. I think I found it though. Yeah, I found it. We'll put this one aside over here. Okay, so now we can get our blocks and see. Oh, right. So the lugs don't go all the way through. I wonder. Should still work, I think. Probably want these two. Maybe. Yeah, okay. So 15 millimeter seems to fit in here okay. So what I'm thinking is if I do 15 on each side. Oh, right, because I want to do it this way, don't I? So this isn't gonna work. It might. Wow, interesting. Yeah, this isn't going quite the way I had hoped. We're not going to use these blocks. This isn't what it's designed for. What I think we're going to do is I'm going to bring this back, and I'm going to I'm probably just going to use it. Put a little cloth down so that my watch doesn't get damaged. I think I should be able to bite into it going in this direction. Actually, this will be fine because the plastic on these will keep the watch from touching the metal there, so it should be fine. We want to make sure this is as centered and as straight as possible, which that looks actually very good. Okay, so I think we're good there. That's locked in place. Now we just want to come down and line these up. They are now lined up. And then we want to kind of lock this in place for now. Just kind of keep it all together. So now this isn't going to push up and misalign. Yeah, we should be able to lock these now. And I should be able to turn this and break this case back open. So just like that. Now, the thing is when you have this nut all the way up, it's putting a lot of tension on the case back. So now that I have it freed a little bit, what I like to do is just push down on the wheel at the top and then loosen this up just to relieve that pressure. And then we just want to keep moving, and it's loose enough to where I don't have to use this machine anymore, I don't think. So I'm going to go ahead and loosen these guys, and now I'm going to loosen the ends, and I'm going to lift up, and I'm going to lift this off entirely. And then I'm going to loosen these, and now, yeah, look at all this grime. Oh, it's stuck on spot focus. Fantastic. Yeah, look at all this grime that it just kicked up. This was all coming out of the seam between the case back and the case, so very interesting. I don't know how long this was out of focus. Sorry, everybody. I'm silly. I kind of sort of don't know what I'm doing sometimes. But anyways, hopefully you get the idea with everything being out of focus like that. My apologies. So let's get this back to some kind of a normal state. That seems fine. Okay, So we should be able to finish it off with my normal kind of case back remover here. Let's get this really tight. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Right on. And ta-da! At the back of the case back, looks pretty good. There's no markings or anything like that on this one in particular. The gasket I'm gonna pull out and probably maybe replace, or yeah, this one does seem kind of hard. Oh, you know what? Nah, it seems fine. I think I should just service it and put it back in, honestly. And that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so we're now inside of the watch. This is a legit tag Heuer. You know, there's a lot of fake tags out there, so some you have to watch out for, but this one appears to be legit. It says tag Heuer at the bottom. I'm not entirely sure what the movement is, but I believe the movement is going to be over here next to that coil. The movement model number. If I get one of my loops out, I should be able to see what that model number is. I use a Bosch and Loam. This one's the 10X loop. It's a triplet, so it doesn't distort what you see through the actual magnifying glass there. So I'm going to take a look at this really quick. It's 956112. ETA 956112 movement. And I don't think that is a coil. I think that's a crystal. Sorry, I got that confused. So obviously the coil is a coil, and then this is, I think, a crystal. So anyways, so these movements have a little kind of like battery cap. I'm just going to place that over here for now. Ooh, it's sticky. I wonder if this tool is magnetic. It obviously is magnetized. And then this looks like it's a Renata 377. I'm just going to kind of very gently kind of pry that out like so. There is some pretty decent corrosion going on this battery, which is not a good sign. I do see a little bit of corrosion on the inside of this watch here. I'm going to use a Q-tip and just kind of rub the battery contact a little bit. Just kind of loosen that up. Try not to get any of the individual fibers of this cotton stuck on anything. There's a lot of springy parts in here that want to get caught. We're trying not to let that happen. And then I need my blower, which is going to be over here. I'm just going to blow it out. Okay. I am going to put a battery in it now. So it is a 377. hopefully it'll work. That'd be nice. Get your plastic tweezers. Do not use metal. You will short the battery. Pop your battery in. Go. Kind of want to go against. So the spring tension's over here. So you just want to make sure that it's in there, and then you just want to push down and over. And that'll get our battery in. Put our little cap on. Make sure this movement spacer looks good. And I'm going to put the, well, I'm just going to service this gasket and then get this back together, I think. And then we'll see if it's running. I'm hoping it's running. I'd be a sad panda if it weren't, but you never know. Whoops, blew that off. So this thing, this little cap is just, I think, designed to have the case back push against the battery and keep it in place. I think. If I'm wrong about that, somebody let me know. So I'm just going to put this gasket in here with my sealant, and I'm going to just move this around, get a little coat on there. And I'm going to take it, flip it around, and then get a nice coat on the other side, just in case. Because I mean, this thing, it is double-sided, but I don't know, just for consistency, I like to do it that way. We now have a nice coating of sealant on this gasket now. It's nice and hydrated, and it looks like it's going to go back in just fine. And hopefully that'll give us our 200 meters of water resistance. And I'm going to blow the inside of this case back off because it did have some corrosion in there, and that could get in certain places. And now I'm going to place this case back on. Get rid of my gasket stuff. It's a shame that a bunch of my footage was probably blurry there. Sorry, everybody. This camera, I need to disable the capacitive touch function of the camera. I'm thinking I'll figure that out. That seems kind of tight. I'm going to go ahead and use my ball and just hand tighten it the rest of the way. No need to use a tool for this. That seems good. Okay, moment of truth. Is it going to run? 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 Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Please run. Yes. Oh, it's running. Does it hit the markers though? Not really. That's okay. And it bothers some people. I mean, it hits some in some areas. That's pretty dead on. It's good enough. Ah, it runs. It runs. Beautiful. Right on. Okay, and that's it. I already tested the quick change, and I tested the just having it change the data at 12 o'clock, and that's all working. So there we go. We got a working watch. Everything seems to be fine. Should be good to go. Very good. Very, very good. Right on. Very small. Very small watch. But, you know, it's a tool watch. It's 200 meters water resistance, got a rotating bezel. It feels like a full-size tag Heuer, in all honesty, aside from the screw-down crown, like I mentioned earlier. Okay, so let's do case size. Are my calipers doing stupid stuff? No, they're good. Yeah, 28 millimeter, call it 29 millimeter case size. If you include this crown, we're looking at 31 millimeters. The lug to lug on this is going to be 32.6 millimeters. The lug width, I think it's 15 millimeters, right? Yeah, 15 millimeters, and then the thickness is going to be 8.5 millimeters. Very small watch. Very cool though. Honestly, like, I bet you could put a NATO on that. I don't see why not. The lugs will probably allow it, I'm thinking. And then, if you got small wrists, you know, wear a cool little Tag Heuer Formula 1. How cool is that? It actually does. I don't know. I kind of like the miniature style of this. I know it's not like masculine by any stretch of the imagination by today's standards, but I think that's a pretty cool watch. Right on. Well, I think that's all I got. I'm just gonna get these. I'm gonna get this bracelet back together, I'm thinking, and then actually we want to go in this way. I'll get this back on, and then we'll call it a video. But the way, I mean, you put it back on the way you took it off, basically. So, and we want to make sure that that spring bar I just got actually works for this watch, because it might not. So we definitely want to finish up what we started here. So far, so good. Now for the moment of truth. Get this dive extension back together. Actually, I think I want to clean this up just a bit with a dry Q-tip to kind of pick up any dirt that may be on here. These corners especially. Right before they become very hard to get to again. Okay. I suppose this should be good enough. Cool. Oh, I lost my... Whoops. Oh boy. And I lost my... No, I didn't. It's right there. Okay, we're good. Sorry. Okay. It's one thing at a time, John. Okay. So, just want to put this in like so. Try and get it in one of these micro adjustment holes. Yeah, that should work. Yep, just like that. So it is protruding out just a smidge there. Like you could see and feel this pin coming out. So what I could do, what I'm probably gonna do, is get a file, just a diamond file. I'll probably just do that right now, actually. Where is my diamond file? I just used it, so it should be around here someplace. I've got a very, very small, fine diamond file for this kind of work that I may have misplaced. Well, I guess I'll do that later. But anyways, long story short, what you would want to do is just pull this out, and then you just want to file these down until they're flush, like this one is on the other opposite side. But as it stands right now, it's protruding just a bit, so not a big deal, but definitely want to fix that later once I find my file. And yeah, so there we go. Alrighty, well, thanks so much for watching. If If you found this interesting, definitely give it a like and a subscribe. I'd appreciate it. If I helped you fix your woman's Tag Heuer watch, I'd appreciate a like and subscribe as well. That'd be pretty cool. And yeah, that's all I got. So take it easy, everyone. See ya.